Hey Capricorn, this is your general tarot reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Ascendant or Rising sign for the month of May as the first card hops out. For the month of May, the month of Taurus, an earth sign like you. So yeah, I guess this month is saying you're going to be in your element because the Hierophant here is the Taurus card. So yeah, lots of Taurus activity going on, which I'm going to be talking about. But before I go on, I just want to say that you're going to have to get your little party hat going, get yourself into your wardrobe and dig out all those glitzy, fabulous party clothes, because May is the month for you, Capricorn, to have fun, to have romance, to do things of your heart's desire, to rediscover what it means to do fun things in a way that really lights you up. It's all about expression. So Capricorn, if you're ready, we've got to get all aboard the express train, the expression train. It's the lovers that hopped out there. Yeah, romance, all fifth house stuff. The Six of Wands hopping out there, so it's quite nice. I like it. And what would you want to express? Why do you want to have this joy in your life? Well, maybe for some of you, you found as we left April and entered May, that there was a little bit of intensity, probably at home, in your home life, in your private world in general, whether you're in a relationship or single. Your home life was a little bit frantic, a little bit hectic, and you probably didn't find a lot of time to find peace and quiet. Maybe it was something to do with a family member that annoyed you just a little bit, or maybe even more than just a little bit. But it's definitely going to improve. And why is it going to improve, Capricorn? Because we enter the month with the sun, the big shiny spotlight, the sun in your fifth house of pleasure, of play, and of joy. Now, we got this card last month, as I'm saying pleasure, play, and joy. You remember this was the lava, earth behaving like fire, the lava love. So as I'm recording these here in April, I think some of you are experiencing a bit of that lava love, and if you are, I hope you're enjoying it, and I hope you continue to enjoy it as we move into May. Some of you probably are looking at me now saying, lava love, what? How did I miss that? I didn't get that memo. There was lava love. What? Why did nobody tell me? You see, that's why it's important to come to the videos so we can give you the heads up on this stuff. Judgment coming out there. The Four of Pentacles, and then the King of Swords. Okay. So like I said, the sun in May is in this big shiny house of entertainment, humor, pleasure, expression. Getting on the express train, the expression train. On the 13th of May, as a card just absolutely falls out onto the floor, and now I have to get it. It was kind of an eruption out onto the floor. Hold on. Kind of an eruption out onto the floor. I'm not surprised. The Tower, the lightning strike, it went and jumped out onto the floor. And this card is something I'm going to be talking about too. Because Mercury, around the 13th of May, moves in to your fifth house of pleasure, fun and joy, and doing all those nice creative things. So it's like everything will just become a lot easier for you. If you've had some problems communicating with people at home, like I said, it'll just improve around the 13th of May. On the 15th of May, there is this gorgeous new moon in Taurus. And again, that's happening in your house of fun, pleasure, play, expression, romance. So you'll get maybe a new love. For those of you who are in a relationship, maybe you get this real moment where you reignite something, reignite a flame, and have fun together. Go out places, hit the town, go to parties, do something that just makes you laugh a bit. So you can laugh with each other rather than laughing at each other. That's usually a better option. Oh, more cards jumping out onto the floor. What the heck is going on here? The Four of Cups. Going to lay it down and get the other cards here, Capricorn. Here's me going on and on and on about fun, pleasure, play, creativity, and you're going, excuse me, I'm just going to have to stop you there. There's a small minor detail in my life and it looks a bit like this. It looks a bit like somebody just broke my heart. It looks a bit like somebody really let me down. It looks a bit like somebody doesn't play ball with me. If I want to have fun and if I want to have pleasure, joy and entertainment, no, I just don't see how that's going to happen. Okay, Capricorn, okay, we'll read it. We'll wait for one more card to come out. The Six of Swords. There was the full moon there in Scorpio as we leave April and enter May. And that probably, let me see, I'm just trying to put pieces together. That probably made things a little bit tricky when you were around groups of people, around friends, or in a club or a society. Maybe some of you cut yourself loose from a group of people. Didn't we mention something about that last month, Capricorn? Doing the big call, going in and saying, oh, I'm not putting up with this anymore. That bunch of idiots. I'm not showing up to their company anymore. They just annoy me too much. So maybe there is a moment where you just can't imagine where all this fun and love and romance and expression will come from. We're waiting on one last card, Capricorn, and in the meantime, I'm going to tell you of the big event, this big event, the lightning strike that's going to be happening on the 15th of May in your house of fun, pleasure and entertainment. And it's ruled by Uranus. Uranus is moving in there, and he is the strangest, most unpredictable energy that you will experience. You won't know what's hit you, essentially, when he comes. And when he hits you, what he's doing, essentially, is tearing it all down, demolishing it, going in with the bulldozer. So how did I manage this month again to talk about construction site machinery? Last month it was the digger, now it's the bulldozer. But he's coming in with this big electric bulldozer, and he's going to clear a new path for you to show more love in your life, to have more pleasure in your life, to bring maybe even new romance into your life. Or if you're in a relationship, to just kick-start it, put some gasoline in it, get it going again, get that fun groove going on. And if you're single, maybe you won't be single for very long when this big lightning strike comes. Maybe somebody will just, you know, some people that say, love hit me like a bolt of lightning. There it is, baby. There it is. I know, you're looking at me going, I can't imagine it. That's why it's always important to come back to these videos after the new moon, which is the 15th, so that you can listen to it and you can say, oh yeah. And at that point I'll say, didn't I tell you? I told you so. I told you that was going to happen. Waiting on this last card. Where the heck is it? Oh, there it is. I'm saying love will come, love will be rekindled. You're going to go out there, you're going to express yourself, you're going to have fun, joy, pleasure. And you're saying, I don't think so. I want to stay at home in my solitude, in my peace and quiet, because that's my happy zone. At least if I'm at home, I know that people won't bother me. Does sitting at home watching comedy DVDs qualify as fifth house stuff? I suppose it does, but not really. You're going to have to get the glad rags on, Capricorn, and get yourself out there and stand in the spotlight. And I'll say this, if some of you are doing something creative, if you're a musician or a singer or an artist, or if you create something beautiful that you have great pleasure in, then that stuff isn't going to be seen if you just enjoy it from the comfort of your house. That stuff has to be outside to be seen, loved, appreciated, cherished in the way that you cherish it. So get out there, step in your spotlight and be seen, baby. Because when you're seen, they're going to love it. They're going to love it. Okay, Capricorn. What else is happening before I look at the cards? Mars going into Aquarius, into your second house of money. So you might get a little bit of energy going there in terms of your finances. You might feel that things are looking good. Things are on the up. However, at the same time, energy going into money and also into entertainment could find you saying, oh my God, this new love that I found, they're wonderful and all that, but by God, do they cost a lot of money? They want to go to all the nice clubs. They want to see all the nice things. It's great, but this shit's expensive. It's worth it though. It's worth it. Unless they're a gold digger, then it's not worth it. It's never worth it. Ever. Because then they only love your money. And you don't want that. You don't want people to love you for some object that you have. You want them to love you for the passion that you have. I know, I'm getting carried away. So, at this point, Capricorn, what we normally do is we bring the camera down and we look at the cards. But I did have a little poll, a little survey on my Facebook page, She Bear Tarot. And I asked all my lovely people there, should we change it up a little bit this month? Try something new? And we've kind of come to the agreement that we will keep the camera as it is. And what I'll do, if I can get this right, right now, you should be seeing a picture of or maybe, I think I'll put it this side, of a big overview of the spread. So as I'm talking, you can see what's happening. Okay, so Capricorn, let's begin. Let's see. We begin with the Hierophant, the Taurus card. And this is where all this fun and love and creativity is coming from. You can blame him. It's his fault. I mean, I'm only the messenger. Don't shoot me. It's him. He's to blame. He's bringing all this big energy in that is encouraging you to step out of your comfort zone and create a new comfortable space out there with fresh faces, fresh people, who you laugh with, who you can fall in love with, and who entertain you in a way that really sparks a fire back in you. It's not the same old boring, tired conversations. This is a new person or a new group of people or a new place that ignites you. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing because we need you to get ignited because of all the stuff we've been talking about since January. We need the gasoline to go in and for the ignition to click on so that you're lit up, baby. Because when you're lit up, you're just pure fire. Even though you're an earth sign, but you're earth behaving like fire, which is lava. The lava love. And he's doing this. So he's kind of saying, treat this in some way as almost like a very important adventure on your spiritual journey. And you're saying, what? Going to a comedy club is a spiritual event? Yeah. Having a new romance is a spiritual event? Yeah. Watching comedy, going to a club, going to a gig, going to a show, going to the theatre. That's a spiritual event? Apparently so, yeah. And it's going to encourage you in some way to grow and on a very deep and spiritual level. That's why it's so important. I mean, it's very serious to take this very unserious. Take this frivolity, take this fun and joy and being carefree very seriously. Can you do that? Take it seriously? Is that even possible? Well, apparently it is. Some of you, another meaning of this card is that you may get so energized by this love energy and this high spirit energy that's coming in May for you, that you might want to look at somebody that you love and be swept away with them and even propose marriage to them, or renew your vows, or do something together that's so fun, but really it's a sense of renewal on a very deep level. It's worth doing. So if you are popping the question, or if somebody's popping the question to you, big congratulations and enjoy every minute of it. And I mean, Taurus, beside the Gemini card, the sun does go into Gemini on May 21st, into your 6th house. And something is telling me that love, because this is the Lover's card, new love is really reignited. It's coming. And it'll be so powerful that it'll feel like a spiritual event. Maybe you'll see them as somebody that you've been waiting for all your life. And if you are in a long-term relationship, there will be a moment where the love, like I said, will be so reignited that you'll say, come on, let's just hop off to this place and renew our vows and get married all over again. Let's do this. Let's find the fun and pleasure in our life again. Let's go back to where we had our honeymoon. Let's see the world again with the eyes of love. That's it. In the eyes of love, Capricorn, your beautiful eyes are going to be sparkling full of love. And here we see you. Now, I know you're working hard as we leave April and going a little bit into May too. There will be a moment where you feel you're working damn hard and getting nowhere fast. But do know that as we go into April, around the 13th, things that you're working on, things that you're pushing for, even if it's particularly creative things that you're doing, you're going to receive some sort of acknowledgement and recognition from this. It's going to be a success. See, that's all the energy. Success, success. And it's tied in with this it's almost like you're committing to this. You've made a vow. I commit to being a success in my life. I commit on a very deep level to being recognized for what I'm doing. I'm going for it. I'm on a mission to do this. And it's that intense hard work brought in with this thing of now pushing yourself out into the limelight, putting yourself out there, that gives you this recognition that you deserve. You deserve. You do. You really do deserve it. And maybe the love that you find, they'll inspire you in such a way that you'll feel celebrated by them. You'll feel, like I said, finally recognized by them, that you've achieved something big in your life by opening up your heart and letting that expressive nature, that beautiful Capricorn love just come right out without any reservation, without any fears, without any insecurities. If you're worried about, being this wonderful person and showing people what's in your heart, the energies in May are saying, don't fear it, let it go. Take the leap of faith, dive in and show them that you are pure lava love, that you take the love seriously. You see, there's this emphasis here in the first few cards of taking something very seriously and committing to it and wanting to build a secure foundation with something. So with a creative project, you're taking it seriously, wanting to build a strong foundation and invest in your future. Learn how to push it so that it's successful for you in the future. And all that energy brings this success, and it brings love, and it brings a stronger commitment to your love life, to the things that you're creating, to the things in your heart. That's kind of gorgeous. Lucky you. Lucky you. But here we have the Judgment card now. And this is very reflective of the Scorpionic moon that's coming from April and bleeding in a little bit into May. And it's going very, very deep inside yourself, your relationships, and in your family life and private life in particular, and seeing what can be salvaged. I mean, we're talking here of this great energy of love. And for those of you who are in a relationship, there will come a moment mid-May where you'll say, I feel great in myself. Is there anything I can salvage in my marriage? Is there anything worth keeping? You know, I feel like I'm ready to move forward. Will they come with me? Will there be that love from them that I need? Do I need to really dig this up and talk about it? I mean, Mercury is going to get you talking about this around the 13th. He's going to be making you have that conversation about what it is that you want in your heart from now on. And if people around you aren't going along with that, then that could cause a few problems. And you're saying, I don't know if I can continue with this. I don't know if I can go on with this. I don't know. My energy got quite low there as I picked up this card. And I guess that there are some of you that are feeling, some of you, not all of you, that are feeling very heavy in your family life. Like I just got when I picked up this card, it was like, what's there left? What is there to salvage? I've tried love and it doesn't seem to work. They're big questions. Big questions. And I'm tempted to give big answers, but I think you have to figure this one out yourself, Capricorn. I think only you know in your heart. I mean, these are general readings. I don't want to answer that for you. But for those of you who are single, there is also that moment of you saying, I've tried love. Every time I try love, it doesn't go the way I'd like it in my heart. It starts off great and then gets weird. And they end up loving me for something else. They love my house, they love my this, they love my that, but they stop loving me. And you're going to have to bring that up for review mid-month, my love. You're going to have to do that. Because my energy, just as I went into that zone of you taking a real serious look into your family life, got quite low. Are your family really bringing you down at the moment? Are you feeling that they're the cause of you not feeling like you can express yourself fully, not feeling like you can have fun and joy and pleasure in your life? Really, at this point I would say to you that if you're going through some sort of hardship with your family, then don't let it kill your groove. Don't let it kill that sunshine vibe that's happening in May. You shine, even if they're trying to, turn down the dimmer switch on your glow. Just keep shining anyway and find ways to continue with your life happy. And again, some of you, I again get this feeling, some of you are a little bit worried. Those of you who have children might be a little bit concerned about your children in some way. Could there be some of you feeling that maybe through a divorce or a separation that you don't get to see your kids as often as you'd like? Are you worried about maybe some of your kids are feeling a bit down and for some reason or another, and you're trying to support them and coax them on and build them up, and you felt that you didn't quite have the energy to help them along in some way, and it's tiring you in some way? I just feel, since I picked up that card, I went down a route with some of you, and I know it's not for all of you, but some of you are concerned about the happiness and welfare of your children. And I will tell you this, in May, there are much better opportunities for you to see a great improvement with that, and to encourage more fun and light-hearted atmosphere. More pleasure will come for those who have children, for those who I seem to be specifically dragged towards you. It will get better, it will improve, definitely. And it might get a bit emotional but it will certainly improve. So don't worry about that. Don't panic about that, Capricorn. Now here we have you keeping things close to your chest. I mean, this is quite a Capricorn card. It's staying reserved, saying, if I don't let anybody in, then they're not going to hurt me. And the energy of May is going to really challenge that. If this is something that's very ingrained in you, you know, if I keep myself to myself, then I'm happy. You know, if I stick with my own routine, then I know I'll be happy. If I stay indoors, then I'm certain nobody's going to piss me off and ruin my day. This comfort zone that you have, Capricorn, is going to be really challenged, my love. And it's going to be a bit uncomfortable, but it's worth it. Because I keep saying, once you step out of this comfort zone, you're going to experience something far more pleasurable. And it will be like a top-up. It will fill you up. It will refresh you, give you new life and happiness. You know. And if you're concerned about your finances in any way, if you're trying to hold on to your money because you feel that it's slipping out of your hands, or if you're trying to hold on to life in general, trying to hold on to your family, trying to hold on to all the things that have made you comfortable, that give you that sense of security, then this is certainly going to be challenged in order for you to grow a little bit. And once it happens, you'll appreciate it. And I know you don't like often getting out there and being this, here I am person, this is what I do, this is the type of love I have, you're gonna love it. I know that's not your energy, but it will be for a small period of time in May. And it will make you blossom, baby, blossom. Now here we have the King of Swords. This can be read two ways. This is somebody who uses logic instead of the emotions, somebody who uses words instead of empathy. Sometimes their words are very smart, but it lacks a bit of heart. I didn't know I was going to be a poet there, but then I am talking about your house of creativity, so I'm going to say everything now in rhyme. No, that would be a terrible reading if I did that. But this is somebody who is quite cutting sometimes. It can be an air sign, which is Libra, Aquarius and Gemini. And they're very intelligent, very smart people. But sometimes their words can cut you down. I'm saying it could be an air sign, but there's somebody in your life who sometimes for you can come across as being a bit cruel, a bit cold-hearted. Now, very, 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 very wrongly, people sometimes accuse you of being sometimes cruel and cold-hearted, but they're just the ones that don't get you. They're the ones that you're blocking out, that don't get in. And it just, again, it's that feeling of sometime mid-May of feeling that you're blocked out or shut out from somebody else's emotions, and because you can't connect to them on a heart level or an empathic level, then you resort to clever words, and they act like a sword, and they hurt you, and they cut you, and they bring you towards this card, which we'll talk about in a moment. Hurtful words. And I think this is the big challenge in May. As you open your heart, it will seem to be at exactly the same moment that you open your heart that somebody tries to put a knife in it. And you'll say, I knew this was a bad idea. But it's not a bad idea. If you see it less as a sword and more like a surgeon's scalpel, open the heart and let something be removed professionally, by the energies of May, and let it happen. Gosh, Capricorn, what's happening for you at the moment? I'm reading for May, but I get a sense, I'm recording this on what date? It's around the 20th of April, and I feel your energy is a little bit down. I don't like that. I don't like that your energy is a little bit down. I don't like that as I'm beginning to talk about relationships and how you relate to people and their cutting words and their hurtful words, and then I feel like my energy is very low and like a bit defeated. Tell you something, Capricorn, don't be defeated by this. If somebody doesn't respond to you and your heart when you open it, they've got to go. And why do they have to go? Because Uranus, moving into your house of fun, has decided that it's going to happen. When lightning strikes this tower, what you'll notice is that the thing it strikes, it's not built on a very good foundation. It's built way up high, too high, on a kind of a pedestal. So maybe some people that you've had on a pedestal that you thought were better than you, when mid-May comes, they'll be knocked off their perch. And you'll be kind of glad to see them knocked off their perch a bit. But also this card shows that when lightning strikes, it will demolish anything in your life that is not solid, or something that is derelict, something that's gone way past its user's date, way past its sell-by date. And it will knock down anything that stands in the way of your progress. And I'm beginning to think, Capricorn, that you have somebody in your life that's quite stern, that can be quite sharp with their words. And my guess is, with or without your choice, this person is going to be kind of removed from your life in some way, because they stand in your way. And hard words, just again, hard words, harsh words. Anybody who's given you that vibe, sending you that energy with nasty words, or nastiness in general, they're going to go. They're going to go. And it's funny because you know this, you know through this card here, you're saying to yourself, there has got to be more than this. The grass has got to be greener on the other side of my life. I'm too stagnant. I love my comfort. I love my safety zones. I love being in a safe place. But what I don't like is when somebody enters my safe space and ruins it. So they need to be zapped out of my happy place and my private life so that I can really contemplate what I want in matters of the heart. You know, it's that moment towards the end of May where you really will be putting a lot of energy into recognizing that there are greener pastures. I don't want to frighten anybody here either who's in a long-term relationship into thinking that it'll all just be a disaster, it'll all end, and something will end. Maybe just their attitude will have to come to an end. The cutting words, the fighting, the da-da-da-da-da-da. Maybe that will absolutely have to come to an end to proceed any further. Because this card says there'll be a point where you will say, there has to be more to this life. There's got to be more. I deserve better. And you do. Because here is the celestial hand saying, don't look at all the stuff that you don't like about your life and your love life in particular. There's more where that came from. If you step out of your comfort zone a little bit, I've got good stuff ready for you, Capricorn. I've got this celestial hand coming out with a new cup, a fresh cup. It's like, fresh cups of love over here, please. Table 1, Capricorn, fresh cups, yeah. And they deliver. This is the card of you are delivered new love, fresh love, and a resurgence of happiness in love. And yet here it is beside the card. It's the same thing. If you feel that when you open your heart, as I said, and you recognize that at that point you go, here I am, and somebody goes and puts a knife in it, they've got to go. They've got to go. And let it go. And for some of you, if you do open your heart and really examine how you feel, what gives you pleasure, what fills your heart, you'll say, God, there's a bunch of stuff in here that I really need to clear out. I think my heart is a bit weighed down with this situation X amount of years ago, with this person who did this to me, with that person who did that to me. Maybe I need to just turn it upside down and let those knives just slip out so my happy heart can heal. Communication and love has got to heal. It's got to get better. Got to. If it doesn't get better, then I will go with the traditional meaning of this card. Make your communication clear, better, or use your communication to say, get the hell away from me. Okay? Because beside this heart, which is representative of a broken heart, here we have you moving away, moving on. Getting on your boat and getting the heck away. You've had enough, Capricorn. You've had enough. You've had enough. You recognize that there's a better life out there for you. And towards the end of the month, you will start making your plans to move. Move to another house, move to another home, move to another place, just move to where happiness is. Your version of happiness. Now that you rediscovered what that is in May, you're going to move towards it. And you see, you're going to move towards it, but the first port of call, as you're moving over to Happy Land, your first port of call is solitude. So it's that moment where you're moving to the sun, but you're just taking a moment to reflect. A little bit of quiet time to say, well, that was a bunch of crazy shit. How did I let that happen? How did I let my life get so intensely stressful? How did I let somebody come into my life and every time I open my heart, they've just got a big knife to wedge in it? How did that happen? And you'll be pondering upon this, thinking about it, and taking a major time out to heal and to trust your gut. This card always says trust your gut. It's also the card where you finally surrender and let go of somebody or something, an old habit, an old way of seeing the world. At the end of May, you're ready to let it go, release it, and you're happy about that. You don't seem to mind. And I like that, because you grow stronger, you're wiser now. It's quite a Saturnian card, you're a ruler. You know, you realize that you have the light. The light, the fifth house is all about light. It is all about this bright sun. And by the end of the month, you'll have figured out that this is going to sound really corny now, but you will be saying at the end of the month, I have a little bit of sunshine in me. I've got my own sunshine inside. And this is the first moment at the end of the month where you say, I'm going to let this shine. What's that tune? See this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. I think you will. You've been waiting so long on some external influence, on the sun outside to come in and heal you and fix you. And at the end of May, you'll say, I can do this myself. I can fix myself. I can shine from the inside out. That's exactly what May wants to give you. It wants to leave you with the gift of being able to shine from the inside out, Capricorn. And I'm going to leave you with that. I hope that was okay. Some of the things I said may not be relevant to everybody, but if it is relevant to you and you are going through quite a big transformation in May, remember that it's all so that you can be more. It's all that you can, it's because it's releasing some heaviness, some darkness in you. So you do, at the end of the month, learn that you do have this wonderful inner light, that it's not all black, that it's not all shit, that you shine once you open yourself up. But I always knew that about you anyway. It's no secret to me that you shine when you open yourself up, but it might be a secret to the rest of the world. And maybe it's time they see it. I think it's exactly time that they see it, Capricorn. And I'm going to leave it there. And if this is your first time watching my videos, then please subscribe. Come to my Facebook page, She Bear Tarot. I've Instagram and Twitter too. And as always, Capricorn, through whatever you're going to experience in May, and most of it will be very, very, very positive actually, I give you all my best wishes and a big kiss. Mwah, for luck. I love you. See you next month.